Hey folks, welcome back. I'm David. This is my wife Christy, and we're living in Texas at Hidden Spring Farm. Today we're going to be back in our starter orchard. That's what we're calling it. We've got several maple trees, plum trees, nectarine trees, apricot trees, and the majority of our trees, we have 10 peach trees, different varieties. But just about a month and a half ago, we were getting torrential downpours. We got over 12 inches of rain in less than a week, like 6 days with 12 inches of rain. Well, ever since then, zero. We haven't got anything, just like much of you out there watching some of the videos. You guys are facing some serious drought conditions. We are really drying up, and it looks like, you can't see it from here, but one of our maple trees is in some serious stress. We're trying to figure out what's going on with that. But I put a short out not too long ago about these 20-gallon water bags. That's right, 20-gallon water bags. I put a video out on it, and a couple of questions came out on the shorts about, well, you still got to move the hose, you still got to fill it up, you still got to do all this and that. What we're trying to get away from is standing on each tree for 10 or 15 minutes every other day. So it doesn't take but a couple of minutes to fill this bag up with 20 gallons of water, and then it dissipates, or irrigates, I should say, the tree from 5 to 24 hours. It will leach out of the bag and soak the root area of the trees, so they get 20 gallons of water. So our objective is, and it'd be interesting to hear from you guys in the comments how you do it, our objective is to go around to the larger trees that we have, not the smaller ones, but the larger ones, and put these 20-gallon bags out and fill them with water, let it go out over 24 hours, skip a day, then do it again, and you got plenty of water on the tree in a week. So we're trying to save these trees. We put a lot of new trees in this year, and you can tell this drought that we've been under, which, I mean, the ground is so hard and dry right now, it's unbelievable. We're trying to keep up with the watering, but we're really tired of hooking the hose up to the mule and dragging it all through the area. We're still going to have to drag it over here and fill these bags, but we won't be out here for 10 or 15 minutes on a tree with the shower deal on the nozzle, trying to water the tree slowly so we don't erode the ground around the roots. So that's our objective. Now, one of the other things that was brought up on the video is, why don't you put out drip irrigation? Believe me, that's in the works. That's the plan. We've got to run a whole watering system out from where our main line is, run it out around the property to the animals, because we still fill with hoses to our cattle and our chickens. And also we run a hose out to the garden. So we're going to run a main line out. We're going to have faucets at different locations, including this small orchard. And in the future, towards the neighbor's house way in the back there on our land between him and us, we're going to have another orchard of 8 pecan trees and 24 more peach trees. So we've got to get this infrastructure in, but in the meantime, we still need to take care of the trees that we planted over the last couple of years. So we're going to show you guys how to do that. Y'all come on, see how we do this. All right, so what you do with a bag is you're going to wrap it around the tree. Just like this. Zip it up. So we're going to stand it up like this. Make sure it's all, the wrinkles are out. And we're going to zip it up. And it's that easy. That's all you do. On the back of the bag, there is a fill hole. So that's going to be to the outside. That's going to be to the outside of the bag. You're just going to stick the water hose in it, turn it up fast as you can, and as it gets about a quarter of the bag filled, you adjust it. And we'll show you how to do that. So before we bring the hose over, we're going to go around to each tree, make sure there's a bag put on it. There's only certain trees that we're going to put the 20-gallon bags on. So we're going to make sure they all have them. We'll bring the hose over and fill these bags up, and they'll be watering for up to 24 hours. So I mowed earlier and accidentally faced the wrong way, and I got grass around her trees. Lord, please forgive me. So they do recommend that you have no limbs lower than 24 inches above the ground on these bags. And you can see on this tree we do. But it's summertime, and from what we're understanding, from all of our research and trying to figure things out, you shouldn't prune trees in the summer, especially during drought. So we're not going to worry about these tree limbs. We're going to fill the bag up with as much water as we can get in it without damaging the tree, and we'll be good. See, Miss Christy Hidden Spring over there got that bag on all by her lonesome. So we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a total of 9 trees that we're going to put these 20-gallon bags around and get those filled tonight. We did order some smaller bags that we're going to show you guys to put around the smaller fruit trees. So we're going to do that also. We got 4 trees over here. We're going to show you this one tree that's going through some stress. We noticed that when the foliage started coming out, the leaves started coming out on the trees. These other 3, these were all bought and planted at the same time, and they've been in the ground. How long?
3 years, August.
August will be 3 years. Next month will be 3 years these trees have been on the ground. Let me tell you something. The base of these trees have gotten really big on a couple of them. But this one tree, I'll take you down there and show you once she puts the bags on this. This one tree, for some reason, it didn't come out. This one tree didn't come out with a bunch of leaves on it. And when it did, some of the leaves died off. Check this out. So if any of you guys know what the problem could be on this, it's been fertilized and it's been watered, but this is the problem. I should say this is the tree that has a problem. So we're trying to figure that out, and we're looking forward to getting that fixed, because these 4 trees here that we're putting these bags around right now, we did a video where my wife saved the fruit trees, and last year sometime, and these trees right here are kind of our pride and joy. These were our first trees we ever planted on the property, and when we bought this property, it was just the house, nothing else, just open land for the majority of it, and several acres of woods on the other side of the open land. There wasn't a tree close to the house, so we put these maple trees in, then we put our peach trees in over there. And so we were really disappointed this year when this tree over here started doing and acting the way it is. So if any of you guys are into this kind of stuff and you might have a clue what's going on with the tree, man, we sure would appreciate y'all's helps if you just put it in the comments. Now you guys that are going to comment are like, die, it's going to die, dig it up, get another one. I don't want to hear that. So we're looking for some constructive comments so we can learn and see if we can save this tree. We really would like to save this tree, so any help would be greatly appreciated. All right, so we've already had this bag on this tree for a day or two, and actually 3 days, and it's empty. It emptied out in that first day. So I'm going to show you how this works. Take the hose, put it in to the hole on the back, and as it fills, you want to straighten the bag up so the bag stands up around the tree and it won't lean over. So you got 20 gallons of water going around each tree, and then you do that every other day for a couple of days, and they get plenty of water in a week. Talking to the, what's that guy, an arborist that we buy from.
Yeah.
Talking to the arborist that sold us these maple trees, they need to get at least, in the beginning, at least an inch of rain in a week. So we try to water them at least once a week. So you can see how I'm trying to straighten the bag as it fills with water to evenly distribute the water around the tree, so it's not really pulling over the tree in any direction. Now they have these straps on these bags to pull up with and get the slack out of the bag, and they tell you do not tie them to the tree. So we're not tying them to the tree. So in the comments, if you don't mind, if you do have a drip irrigation system for your trees, let us know what kind you have, because right now we're doing all the research. So when we put our main line in going around the property where we need it to be, we really would like some input on what type of irrigation system you use if you have a lot of trees. So there you go, a little spillover coming out this hole, and then after that, once it settles on that, it'll just leach out of the bag onto the ground below and water this tree for a hose. So it is not the end-all, save-all, end-all, whatever you want to call it, for your trees, but if you're in a pickle like we are, it's a good system to put in place until you can get your permanent system in. Save a little bit of time. We all know time's money. See, folks, you can see while she's filling, you can see it slowly dripping out of the bottom of the bag. All right, if y'all don't mind, forgive me, I hadn't weed eated today. I have mowed, but I hadn't weed eated. So I need to weed eat around these trees. But these are the other bags that we were talking about, the little donut bags. They have a hose that connects on a couple little barbs on the bottom. They have a white tip. This is what drips the water onto the tree. You have the tip here, and this controls the amount of water that comes out of the tip. The tighter you make it, the less water, and you can actually turn it all the way off. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this around the tree, loosen these all the way up as much as we can without them coming out, maybe 1 or 2 turns. Then we're going to fill the bag. Now the bag has where you can screw your water hose into this and you don't spill a bunch of water, but we have a quick coupler on our water hose that won't come off, so we're not going to be able to squeeze it in. We're just going to have to fill the water. It might get a little messy. So here's the other one, or this one, I got it loose. Then the other one here, yep, it's loose. So when we put it around there and the bag gets filled, you just seal the bag off with the cap on it, close it down, and then you move these hoses until they get primed and the water starts flowing out of the yellow tip. Then you can set it at what flow rate you want it to drip out around your tree, and it'll water that way as fast as you want or as slow as you want using those tips. So we're going to set around the bottom of the tree here. Just like a donut, fits right around it. I'm going to put a hose, one of these little white clear hoses on each side here. And then here in just a second, when it gets filled, I'm going to reach underneath and I'm going to get the hoses primed, and I'm going to get them set at what we want it to leak, what rate we want it to leak at. So this might get a little messy releasing this. So we're just going to hold it open and fill the bag. And now I'm going to look for the little hose, and here's the hose right here. So I'm going to take this all the way out. Make sure there's enough air in the hose. Get the water flowing. As you can see, the water starts coming out. And as the water comes out, you put your tip in, and it controls the flow of the water. There you go. Just make sure it's on a downhill slope. And I'm going to put the other one just like it to the other side of the tree. Make sure it's primed. Water's coming out of it. Put the cap in. And as it flows out, it'll flow to that side of the tree there. So we got one more brown bag to fill. And I'll be quite honest with you, I am not impressed with the brown bags. I would rather have a bag that you can fill and that it leaks out slowly out of the bag than to worry about these hoses and everything else you got to worry about on them. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. If you guys have experience with these brown bags, just to let you know, we're not sponsored by either bag company, and we bought these ourselves off of Amazon just to try to come up with something. So, all right, folks, so we showed you the 20-gallon green bag that's around the trees. We showed you these little 10-gallon brown bags that have the leaching hoses attached to them, and we're going to see how they actually work. I might end up liking them, but the concept right now, I can tell you I don't like it. I'd just rather fill a bag and have the bag leak out and water the tree instead of having those hoses. If you got pets, that's one more thing the pets can get a hold of, is the hoses and all. So we will give you an update as soon as we can on these trees and how they're doing. We're going to water them again. You can see we've already got one of the plum trees watered. The next one has a bag. My son's watering another tree. So we'll give you guys an update as soon as we can. We're really impressed with the 20-gallon bags. And if all of our trees were big enough to have those bags, I'd have a bag on every tree. But these small trees can't take the weight of that 20 gallons. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. We sure appreciate you watching. Thanks for all your support. We appreciate all our subscribers and you guys that hit that like button. We really appreciate that. I'm going to put some links on the top of the screen of some other videos we got. We hope you enjoy those videos. Thanks for joining us again on Living Texas Hidden Spring Farm. You guys have a blessed day.